Hello and welcome to Business with Smith Co. Hello and welcome back to Business with Smith Co. So today we're going to be looking at pricing strategy. So what exactly, when you're looking at pricing, you really need to focus on the pricing strategy because it's an important area to look at because this is important for the consumer and for people who are going into business because it's important to realize what exactly pricing strategy either is being used by a company that you're buying from or, what, if you're a business, what you should be using because it has a huge impact on sales. A business can use very different pricing strategies to target various different target markets. So the first one we're looking at is premium pricing. So this is where a business sets the selling price of products higher than other rival products, or just if there are no rival products, to a high extent where it looks fairly expensive. This is to help build a perception amongst consumers that it is superior quality. The branding, packaging, overall service will also need to appear to be luxurious to reflect this perception. This generally works well for smaller businesses that sell unique products. It also works well for the bigger companies that are selling, basically it's kind of thing we have like gold packaging, that sort of thing. It's a pricing strategy that businesses tend to use. Businesses do use them for mobile phones. Some businesses use a premium pricing strategy a lot more than others. It might cost companies to pay, let's say, €10 or 20 quid to make something, and then they'll sell it for 800, and that's a massive price difference. And that sort of thing there, where as a business becomes more successful, it can actually reduce costs, and that means that its premium pricing strategy can actually bring in a good deal of profit. Next, you have price skimming. So this is when a business sets the initial selling price high during the introductory stage before dropping it to target consumers who won't pay the high initial rate. This works fairly well for goods that are in high demand when launched. So this is goods where there's a big hype, but there isn't an instant way where you can go, oh, this isn't as good as they said it would be. So a lot of goods, not many goods, there'd be a fair few goods that would fall under this bracket. And for example, if we said we partnered with a major motion studio to bring you a brand new film, and it was all hyped up, and there were actually loads of people viewing it, and loads of people excited, and then you viewed it, but it wasn't as good as it was hyped up to be. But you've already purchased it, or you've already, because there's no way of seeing, because it's the introductory stage, and if you're not letting out any previews, then there's no way of seeing what the product is like before you buy it. So once you bought it, the only way you see it is from other customers, and you can only do that if you wait out. So obviously this may cause a small problem if people are like, oh no, I'm not gonna, that's too expensive for me. If the business is known for dropping its prices after, people might go, I'm gonna wait out. I'm gonna wait and see if they drop their price, or just gonna see what it's like afterwards. That can cause a small decrease in actual sales, but it can cause a high increase in actual profit by having this thing. So the segment of the market will pay a higher price to have this product as soon as it's released. So oftentimes this would work as well as said. So if people are really excited for a product and they want it now, and a lot of especially in the entertainment industry, not our videos, but other industries, other people in the entertainment industry do have oftentimes the ability to essentially say, oh, we're releasing this in a month's time, and people are really riled up, which means that also what this benefits is that you have more time because you're able to sort of release snippets like, it's coming in a year, it's coming in 6 months, it's coming in 3 months, and it builds up the sort of thing. Because if you have this problem where customers oftentimes, if they're waiting for a product, you need to keep them excited, because otherwise they're just going to go, we've been waiting for this for 2 years now. So I'm looking at that thing over there and I'm thinking, that's pretty good. I'm not going to be giving you money anymore. Because this is the thing. Oftentimes, especially if you're targeting that particular area of market, people don't have the money to pay for two products. So if they're going, well, I kind of want that one now, and that one's available now, so I'm going to get that one because you're not coming for a while. So this also works because it is able to, business can use this to recover research and development costs. If it has very few rivals in the market, it also might work very well as it is easier to get away with charging higher prices. So, as I've said, this is effective. This is a lot of things when you have this sort of thing, when you have businesses oftentimes charge a fortune for things, and then they might drop it to a third of the price, which is weird because, surely you'd think you'd wait out, but that's the problem, because if you're being told, no, this will be 6 months before you can get out, you're paying for that extra release. It's like you're paying for an early release, but it's, that's the kind of thing. Anyway, next we have penetration pricing. Penetrating the market. A business that wants to build up a market share will choose to lower the selling price initially to attract new customers, and they'll hopefully, not necessarily, just they may not, but that's their hope, that they'll get a foothold in the market. The business might make a loss to begin with, but this is the aim. The aim is that it'll take out competitors' customers. So if a business is making a loss, if I set up a business that rivals with a major corporation and my costs are actually similar to theirs, if I'm making a loss, I know they will not drop the prices to mine, because they only do that if they're forcing me out. But on a scale of things, the fact is that if I can drop my prices to pretty much nil. I can give things almost free to get a foothold in the market, because I need to do that to get a foothold on the market. They're risking quite a lot if they drop their prices. I'm risking nothing, because, if I go bust, I go bust. I go bust if I don't get a foothold on the market. I go bust if I, go a little too low and no one buys it up. That's the point. So the risk they're taking there is relatively high, but it also means that their possible return is quite good enough, although it doesn't always work. This can lead to a competitive relationship, because while the business that you're competing with is unlikely to drop the prices to your level, they might, just so that they can make sure that you're squeezed out. Then you have psychological pricing. So customers can see an illusion of value from clever pricing, such as a business pricing a good just below a round figure. If, let's say, I think was it a year back or something, we set up a merch site or something. Don't buy merch from there, by the way. It was a thing we wanted to do just to sort of show the problems with merchandise, which was that we were being charged like 15 quid to sell this product, and then we were like, oh right, but now we get like 3 quid. That's the problem, because now the customer, the person who's buying merchandise is being sold something that they believe will help the creator, but really at the end of the day it's helping the corporation, because when you're earning like 1/6 almost, is it 1/6? Yeah, actually it's more. It's less than 1/6. You're earning less than 1/6 of the overall price of the overall sales. So at that point, you have to wonder, well, that's the sort of thing we have psychological pricing. It's like, okay, so this is a nice round figure. But the point was, on that side, the prices were at 99 cents. And that's the point, because it creates an illusion. So please do not buy merchandise there. It doesn't help creators out. Or at least this doesn't help us out anyway. So an example of this would be, if you're selling a good for $19.99 instead of saying €20. But if you take this up to a notch, you can see this coming up with, the having sort of thing where like, okay, so you have this illusion of price, but also what it can create is if it's lower than that, even if you just get rid of the 99 cent, if you just list it as 19, that's an extra quid. Now obviously if you're a low, if you're not a big seller, then obviously you make 10 quid if you sell 10 things. But what if you're looking at a business that's selling 1 million things? Suddenly this big psychological pricing looks actually very beneficial, because then that's 1 million quid more. And obviously if you're selling 1 million quid, your profits are going to be relatively high. But what if it's cost you, as it costs us for the merchandise store, 15 quid? Then you only make 3 quid anyway. So that's 1/3 of an increase. And that sort of thing. So this level where like you're saying, okay, so that's and then you're basically saying, okay, so you're attracting a customer to this sort of thing by hiding these things, but also hiding extra charges and fees. If you look at a lot of the time, sometimes extra charges, well, they can actually legally need to be included with the selling price. But, however, the problem is when you have a shop, and a shop online can technically say, well, no, see, that's the listed price, but see, we told you at the end what the full price was. We told you it was plus. And a lot of businesses online would do this. They'll say price, and then they'll have a little writing, plus shipping, and they'll have the price and shipping. So it means you have to add that up, because a lot of the time people won't, because it's it's designed to be hard to read. Anyway, so sometimes this becomes a problem because it reaches a point which, well, we have to say thank you for listening to the video. Unfortunately, we have to cut the video short. Please do join us next time. Please do subscribe to the YouTube channel. It does help. And please do, once again, view other videos. That does help as well. That does help. Anyway, so hopefully we'll see you next time. And see you then, hopefully.